Hi, I'm Holly from Clade, Dahlia software, and here we're at the inventory. I'm going to walk you through all the basics around this inventory, which is our main hub for using Clade. You can see in the upper left there are other modules for activities like dividing, planting, cutting flowers. The inventory is going to be your home, and this is going to have every variety that you have. You can see I'm over 600 at this point, and it's going to have all the basic information around color, height, how many tubers you have, what you're selling it for, how many you've sold, your overall rating for that variety. So this is your one-stop hub. And what you can do as you organize is you can hide and show different columns. Like right now I'm not showing my notes or the sharing feature. In fact, I haven't divided yet, so I don't know how many I have for sale, and I certainly haven't sold any yet, so you can start to hide these as they're not relevant for whatever activity you're doing. And then you can, all of this you can just update right here. So for example, I was looking at this earlier, 20th Avenue Pure Prince I grew last year in the meadow, and Old Major I grew in my rose garden. So you can update that. I'll be updating the location this coming spring when I plant it out again. I'm starting a new bed, but you can see that information. You can see if I know the purchase price, what I purchased it for. The great thing is as I make new purchases this year, I can use this import feature, which you can add your PDF confirmation from your email, and it automatically uses AI to scrape and suggest which dahlias to put in. It pulls the purchase price, where you bought it from. It saves me a ton of time. So that's how I keep this up to date, is every time I get a purchase, I save that PDF and I import it. Now, other things that you can do here, if you look at the edit pencil, you could add several images in case you want images of the foliage or different angles of the flower. That you can see some of the photos come with our stock images. Because we've had a bunch of images taken by some photographers. We'll keep adding to these over the years. So those will be there as a placeholder until you get your own images. And then our database has over 50,000 dahlia varieties, and many of them have height, bloom size, size, form, color. So that's not information that most people have to input, except in certain cases, like we don't have the height or bloom size for 20th Avenue and Baker Road. But for a lot of these, this just auto-populated. So as an example, let's see if we can find a variety I don't have. I don't think I have Levi's Blue Smoke. Let's check. So right there, Levi's Blue Smoke. It automatically pulls in height, bloom size, color, form, and size. I could always change it. Like maybe it grows 6 feet in my yard. You can change that. But this saves you a ton of time. You can add where you got it from, how many years you've grown it, and we can update that every year, where you're planting it or where it's stored if it's in a box, etc. So you can see lots of information here. I'm going to cancel that because I don't actually have Levi's Blue Smoke. And then the other feature I used quite a bit is going through and sorting. So I was just going through a bunch of pictures I took this summer, and I didn't label all of them. So the best way for me to tell which one was which is I looked at things I grew in 2025, so that already narrows it way down. And then I could look, okay, this is a picture of a yellow, use ADS color for this. This is a picture of a yellow ball, right? And you could always filter for yellow ball. I guess I don't have any yellow balls in here. And then you could see what it is, right? So that's actually how, for example, actually this Claire de Lune, that's a tattered picture from my garden, as you can see. I was trying to figure out what that was, and I realized it could only be Claire de Lune because that's the only flower collarette, yellow collarette that I grew last year. So this helps me a lot as I identify. In the summer, what would be better is you can take a picture as you pull this up on your phone directly from your phone and attach it. As I started doing that when we rolled out the functionality, I no longer had issues with not being able to tell what variety it is. So this coming summer, I will just be out there doing it directly on my phone and not wait till later. Now, if you don't have a picture, you can use this icon and it'll just pull up Google search results. So I can quickly tell, oh yeah, baby yellow, that was a mini one that I got from Swan Island. The last piece I want to mention here is on our higher tier, our 35 a month, you can sync your whole inventory or whichever pieces you want to either Shopify or Squarespace. And we're working on adding some other platforms. That way, as you go to sell in your shopping cart, you don't need to export and move this over. You can export, there is an export button, but it's a lot easier. You can just automatically push this over and should save you tons and tons of time. So this is the way to get off spreadsheets, actually maintain them. It was really hard for me to maintain my spreadsheet before this because it's just not so much easier and we're constantly adding and updating to it over time.